Good afternoon, Christopher Dollar here with Donpreme Developers. It is Thursday. It's wet outside. Get your raincoat, your poncho, your rain jacket, all of the above. It's real nasty out here. Um, Donpreme.com. Make sure you guys tap in. Like I said, buying your first home, investing in real estate, starting a business, asset acquisition and maintenance, family planning. You know, more time you wait, that's more time wasted. So let's get on the board. Let's get everything rolling. Um, Obviously, on Thursdays, we like to focus on the asset acquisition and maintenance piece. But one piece in particular, firearms. Obviously, anyone who knows me know I'm all for the right to bear arms. I'm right up that alley in regards to understanding the importance of being able to protect yourself and your family. Um, and that's something that I'm an avid advocator for. So but what a lot of people don't necessarily focus on is the investment aspect of firearms, right? Just a few things that obviously you would have to analyze when thinking about firearms investing. Obviously, the condition, the rarity of the piece that you would be purchasing, the uniqueness to it. The different features that may be equipped on the piece, and just the overall interest from the gun collectors community and whichever firearm we're talking about, whether we're talking about a handgun, a shotgun, a rifle, etc. But that's something that can actually gain value over time. Especially if it has those key components associated with the firearm, and not to mention you can pass these firearms down, this collection, these, or I guess it would be your firearm portfolio at that point. You can actually pass that down to your kids, grandkids, etc. So that's definitely a stigma that I love to push, because a lot of times when people think about guns, the uneducated opinion it allows the negative connotation to kind of just sit there and be the mainstay. But obviously, if you're educated about firearm safety, firearm training, and different things like that, you won't have that outlook on different things. That's why we obviously say education and intelligence is they go hand in hand, because again, if a person's uneducated or don't have the informational intelligence to understand all of the different metrics of a firearm, then obviously they would lean towards looking at individuals who use firearms for purposes that don't include integrity and legitimacy, that can kind of overshadow all the great things that firearms can bring. So that's always something that I like to keep individuals informed. I talk to a lot of people, especially a lot of young guys who are very interested in buying firearms, getting their license to carry, and different things like that, and just kind of understanding everything has its steps to it. Everything can be done in an efficient way. But again, just from the investment standpoint, it's the same as when individuals think about different ways to diversify their portfolio. Rather, okay, we got stocks, we got mutual funds, we got bonds, we got. I know some people invest in wine. I know some people, obviously, include myself, invest in precious metals, so gold, palladium, silver. Obviously, a lot of people invest in guns, but I don't know if they necessarily look at it from a long term value proposition that increases over time. Again, the condition of the gun, was it well maintained? Cleanings and different things that keep the gun reputable over time. The rarity, right? How many of these pieces were made? How many are still in rotation, and different things like that. Obviously, the uniqueness of the gun. There are different, features. Like I said, whether you're talking about a handgun, a pistol, a rifle, a shotgun, etc. There are different intricate details that vary throughout. So obviously, when you're assessing, different firearms that you would purchase, that's something that you can keep in mind. when assessing, what the value is, and kind of forecasting what it'll be. But nonetheless, just another opportunity to diversify, and not even just firearms. I read an article the other day, just kind of outlining some of the different accessories that are going to be in rotation. Obviously, different things like the MCK for example. That's one of the more unique pieces that I purchased myself, and not that I see that it'll have long term value scaling efforts to it, but there are some things that they have in the pipeline that I do feel as though will benefit greatly in from a long term perspective. So um, obviously, again, getting your firearms ID purchase card, getting your license to carry, taking your defense classes. They have them everywhere. Making sure that you practice gun safety and different things like that. Very important, and that's just something that you don't want to hoard the information just to yourself. That's something that you want to make sure your spouse or your significant other, they're informed with. If you have children, you want to make sure they're informed, because again, you're only as strong as your weakest link, right? So if there is ever a situation where a firearm needs to be used, or it even needs to be applied in any way, shape, or form, you want to make sure that everyone has a cohesive level of understanding and intelligence when it comes to the do's and the don'ts. So that's pretty much what I just wanted to tap in on you guys with today. I had posted an article the other day outlining the amount of new gun ownership being primarily female, which is something that I also strongly suggest, just because we live in a world where sometimes when things happen, we focus more on why it shouldn't happen, opposed to what we can do to prepare ourselves. And I always encourage any female that I have a conversation with, I always encourage them to take firearm defense training classes, firearm safety, different things. And if they can get their license to carry, absolutely, because we live in a world where there is a good portion of the population that doesn't operate with integrity, and doesn't respect certain things, and that being women. And obviously you have to protect yourself, because it's imperative that you stay ready, so you never have to get ready. So that's all we got for you guys today. Again, if you guys check out donpreme.com, we do have a few openings left for the rest of this day. From tomorrow through Sunday, we will not have any availability, so tap in. And that's all we got for you guys. Enjoy this day. Again, stay dry, because it's really nasty and rainy out. Umbrellas, ponchos, rain jackets, all of that good stuff. So enjoy the rest of your day as we do ours, and we'll tap in with you guys next week.